you've been keeping up with the channel, you would know that I had just learned switch manuals and switch nose manuals. I pulled up to the park wanting to learn switch nose manual, flip out, but I had a feeling that maybe I should just practice the switch nose manuals a little more. The other night kind of felt like a fluke, which, by the way, I completely forgot to put in the best land, the best make. I was scrolling through the footage, so I'll put that in now. But yeah, I figured instead of trying the switch nose manual flip out, I would just keep practicing the switch nose manual by itself so that I can just get super comfortable with those. So when I do try to do the switch nose manual flip out, it'll just be a lot easier. So instead, I wanted to take the time to talk about something that I do to make sure that I never lose my tricks, and I'm actually doing it right here, which is basically doing a trick that you know how to do fairly well, in my case a nose manual, and then following it up immediately with a trick that you're not too good at, or a trick that you just learned or are learning, which in my case is the switch nose manual. And this does a couple things. So for one, it just makes you dial in the trick that you already know. So, even though I'm missing a couple of the nose manuals, it's still good because I'm getting practice in them anyways, and then I'm just following it up with a trick that I'm learning how to do, so I'm getting practice on that as well. But it's really easy to get discouraged trying a new trick when you're just trying the new trick and you're not landing it. It's good to remind yourself the feeling of landing a trick to kind of give yourself a confidence boost, and it just makes it more fun, in my opinion. And you'll see in this video that I don't even land like all of the nose manuals, but I'll still go for the new trick just to get the feeling. Think of it kind of like in a Tony Hawk game or the skate game where you build up your special meter or your score. It just kind of hypes you up to do the next trick. And you probably already do this without even thinking about it. Like, let's say you learn a new flat ground trick, and then you're like, oh, let's see if I could do it in a line or a sequence. So then you just do like a trick that you know how to do, another trick that you know how to do, and then you finish it off with the trick that you're learning. And it's kind of a win-win because you're just, like I said, dialing in on those tricks you already know, making sure you never lose those, and then you're just practicing the new trick even more. Something I realized too is that when I go to do the trick that I already know with the anticipation that I'm gonna do a trick that I'm just learning, it makes the trick that I already know kind of second nature. Like, I don't even think about it anymore. Like, I kind of just go for it and almost blank out a little bit because that's just how easy it's become. And like nose manuals, they're a fairly easy trick, I'll admit that, but there were times where I'll go out and skate and they're just not working. But throwing them in this mix like this with having the switch nose manual come right after just took a lot of pressure off the regular nose manual and just made me focus solely on the switch nose manual. Like, if I was just doing the nose manual and I wasn't landing it, I'd probably beat myself up over it because it's a trick I know how to do. But knowing that I would immediately follow it up with the switch nose manual, knowing it's a trick that I'm still learning, really takes the pressure off the nose manual. And right there, one of the homies I just met at the park today, he asked me for advice on some regular manuals, so I let him have at it at the manual pad. He was getting close, but as you can see, it was starting to rain. I know he got that shit next time. And yeah, I'm gonna just let the video play out. But I do want to say that it's good to practice a new trick in different environments. Like when I first learned the switch nose manual in my last video, it was on a pretty long manual pad, but it was also shorter than this manual pad by like, shorter in height at least, by maybe like 2 or 3 inches. And it's weird because I feel like the longer manual pad was easier because it gave you time to set up, Whereas with this one, I felt like it didn't have much room to adjust once I got into the switch nose mani, and it just made coming out of it like a little weird. Like I felt like it was kind of an in and out sort of thing. Yeah, the rain wasn't helping, but once I had figured out that I just had to adjust my weight a little bit faster than I would at the other manual pad, it became a lot easier and I finally landed it.
Finally,